Gunther's foot was on the rope. The referee didn't see it. The 3 count happened anyway. And now the most intense, most technically dominant man on the SmackDown roster is absolutely furious. And honestly, he's not wrong. Let's talk about what went down at WWE Clash in Italy, why Gunther came back to SmackDown looking like a man who hadn't slept in a week, and why this whole rematch situation just got a lot more complicated than anyone expected. At WWE Clash in Italy, Cody Rhodes retained the undisputed WWE Championship against Gunther, but the finish was immediately called into question. Replay showed Gunther's foot under the bottom rope when Rhodes went for the pin, and the referee flat out missed it. That's not a conspiracy theory. That's not some internet fan fantasy. Commentary acknowledged it. The crowd felt it. The 12-minute match ended with that rope break going uncalled, and the result stood. Now look, in the heat of the moment, Cody Rhodes didn't see it. He went for the cover, got the 3, celebrated in Turin. That's wrestling. But here's the thing. The replay doesn't lie. And Gunther, the man who carried that Intercontinental Championship for over 500 days, who has made an entire career out of being the most precise, most disciplined competitor on the roster, he absolutely saw it. Backstage footage showed him storming off and throwing a water bottle in frustration after arguing with officials about the finish. That's not acting. That's a man who genuinely believed, probably correctly, that he got robbed. To Cody's credit, and this is actually kind of remarkable, during the post-show media scrum, Rhodes admitted he didn't see it in the moment, but saw it clearly on replay, and he offered Gunther a rematch on the spot, saying that if anyone deserves one, it's Gunther. He literally said, and I'm paraphrasing here, "A win is a win, but that's not how you want to do it." Which is a very Cody Rhodes thing to say. Points for honesty, points for class. Not a lot of champions do that. So you'd think this would be simple, right? Gunther wants a rematch, Cody says yes, everyone shakes hands and we move on. Ha! No, this is professional wrestling, and nothing is ever that clean. Gunther opened SmackDown this past Friday by cutting off the broadcast entirely, ripping apart the announce desks, picking up a mic, and declaring that nothing would happen that night until he got justice for what happened at Clash in Italy. Nothing. He held the show hostage. He didn't ask politely. He showed up and started flipping furniture, which honestly is a very Gunther move. The man doesn't do subtle. Cody came out, acknowledged that yes, Gunther's foot was under the rope, and offered him a rematch right there in Bologna. And then Sami Zayn showed up. Sami Zayn, who apparently also has opinions about who gets the next title shot. And to be fair to Sami, the man has a point. He's been in Cody's corner, he's been loyal, and he feels like he's been overlooked. But the timing? Buddy, terrible timing. Things escalated. Gunther shoved Cody into Sami, put Rhodes in a sleeper hold, and Zayn made the save, only to accidentally get caught in the crossfire when Cody tried to attack Gunther. It's chaos. Beautiful, perfectly constructed chaos. Now here's where it gets genuinely interesting from a backstage standpoint. After all of this went down, Gunther confronted Nick Aldis and threatened legal action against the SmackDown general manager if he didn't fix the situation. Legal action. Gunther got lawyers involved? Gunther, this Austrian powerhouse who looks like he was carved out of granite and intimidation, called his attorneys. I cannot stress enough how funny and simultaneously terrifying that image is. Somewhere, a team of very well-dressed lawyers is drafting a strongly worded letter on behalf of the ring general. If you're finding this as wild as I am, do me a quick favor and hit that like button and subscribe to WrestleCore. We cover this stuff the second it breaks, and the bell icon means you'll never miss a video. Alright, back to the lawyers. Later in the show, Nick Aldis went to Cody backstage and asked if the rematch offer was still on the table. Cody said he'd have faced Gunther right then and there, but the man had already left the building, which is somehow both infuriating and hilarious. Gunther demanded a rematch, held an entire show hostage, threatened litigation, and then just left. He went home. He didn't even stick around for the match he was screaming about an hour earlier. It's like calling someone out in a parking lot and then driving away before they can respond. Nick Aldis then informed Cody that he had spoken with Gunther's lawyers and they're willing to accept the rematch, but there is one condition, and that condition won't be revealed until next week on SmackDown. One condition. Unknown. Could be anything. A stipulation chosen by the man who once put guys in a sleeper hold for sport and smiled while doing it. Sleep tight. Cody, for his part, made it clear he wasn't willing to wait around. He told Aldis that if they're going to do this, the rematch happens on the June 19th episode of SmackDown in Kansas City. 2 weeks, no more delays. He's the champion, he's got a schedule, and he's not about to sit around waiting for Gunther's legal team to finish their paperwork. Cody essentially gave Gunther a blank check. Name whatever stipulation you want, bring it, and we'll settle this in Kansas City. That's bold. It's also a little dangerous because Gunther's not the kind of guy you want to hand unlimited power to. Whatever that stipulation ends up being, you can bet it's going to be designed to eliminate every possible escape route for Cody Rhodes. No fluky finishes, no rope breaks going uncalled. Gunther wants an ironclad environment where the best man wins, and he believes, probably with some justification, that the best man is him. Here's what makes this storyline genuinely compelling, though. Both men are kind of right. Gunther got screwed out of a championship by a missed rope break. That's a legitimate grievance. But Cody Rhodes has been nothing but honorable about it. He acknowledged it publicly, offered the rematch immediately, and didn't try to hide behind the rule book. That's the kind of dynamic that makes for must-watch television. It's not pure heel versus pure face. It's two guys with legitimate positions, and the only real villain in the story is a referee who is in the wrong position at the wrong time. The Sami Zayn wrinkle is worth keeping an eye on, too. From Sami's perspective, he's been a loyal friend to Cody and feels that Cody has been so focused on finding the next threat that he hasn't properly addressed their issues as friends. That's actually a really compelling threat.
If Sami ends up inserting himself into this title picture, whether as a challenger or as someone who complicates the rematch, this whole thing gets even messier. SmackDown has 3 more episodes before Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia on June 27th, so there's a lot of storytelling ground to cover in a short amount of time. The rematch is set. The stipulation is coming, and Kansas City is about to witness either Gunther finally getting justice or Cody proving that the first result was no fluke. Before we get there, if you want to be part of the WrestleCore community when that stipulation drops next Friday, smash subscribe and hit the bell so you get the notification the second we break it down. We're going to cover the reveal as soon as it happens. Here's my final thought on this whole situation. Gunther didn't need the lawyers. He didn't need the theatrics. The foot was on the rope. Anyone who saw the replay agreed with him. He had the moral high ground and he had Cody's willing cooperation. But instead of taking the easy path, he went full scorched earth, dismantled the announce tables, called his attorneys, threatened a lawsuit, and then left before anything could actually get resolved. That's either genius-level heel psychology, or it's the most dramatically over-the-top response to a refereeing error in recent WWE history. Probably both. And honestly, that's exactly why this feud is working. Gunther makes everything feel like a matter of life and death. When the ring general says he was robbed, you believe him. And when the rematch finally happens in Kansas City, with whatever stipulation he's cooked up behind closed doors, it's going to feel earned. We'll see you then.